Court, where a multi-million rand corruption trial is currently underway. It involves the former eThekwini Mayor Zandile Gumede and 21 other people, including former municipal officials and business owners. Karinda Jagmohan is covering the developments for us. And what have we heard throughout the course of the day, Karinda? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dudu. Well, currently we are still hearing cross-examination of eThekwini's internal investigators. So that's Sean Hitler, the second witness at the stand. He's from the city's Integrity and Investigations Unit, and he's the person who registered the anonymous complaint that was given to his office. Remember, it was a bundle of documents with a post-it note, and he is the assessor who took down the details of that post-it note and then sent it off to his line manager to ultimately look for an external service provider, an external company to continue with the forensic investigation. That was IFS. You might have heard that term before. Of course, IFS is the forensic company that investigated these allegations of corruption at the Durban Solid Waste Unit. Now, much of Hitler's cross-examination, the defense has been looking into whether or not his office followed the correct procedure in appointing IFS to investigate this alleged fraud at the Durban Solid Waste Unit. Hitler has been explaining to the court that they chose this company because a month before they received the anonymous complaint about the Durban Solid Waste Unit allegations and the alleged tender fraud here, IFS was already doing another separate investigation, but which they noted involved one of the suspected businesses in this particular investigation or this matter. So they found that there could have been a connection between the two, and they handed this investigation to IFS. But the defense counsel is trying to raise doubt in this to see whether or not they followed the correct procedure in actually allowing IFS to continue with both these investigations among 17 other service providers who could have done the same job. In fact, the first legal representative to cross-examine, that's Advocate Jay Naidu, who's representing Zandile Gumede and some of the other suspects, has questioned why both these anonymous complaints, so this current allegation of tender fraud and the previous one that was involving someone linked to these allegations, went to Sean Hitler to actually register and sign off on, even though they were both anonymous complaints. Hitler says, well, it's not a coincidence. Well, it could have been a coincidence. Essentially, he doesn't decide who those complaints go to. But Advocate Naidu then ended his cross-examination by questioning whether the investigators were trying to follow a particular agenda. That's what we have seen some of the accused actually raise prior to this trial starting, saying that the charges against them are politically motivated. But Hitler says he takes exception to what was said to the court. At that point, there was a brief adjournment, and then the second legal representative, Advocate Griffiths Madonsela, took to the stand to cross-examine Sean Hitler. He is representing accused number 3 in this case, the former city manager, Sipho Nzuzo. So he took a different line of questioning, looking at the documents, looking at this bundle of documents that Sean Hitler had received regarding this anonymous tip-off. So essentially, Madonsela is looking at how this alleged fraudulent tender was extended from 3 months to 6 months, with the payouts going to service providers, allegedly for services that never happened or never took place. But Madonsela is trying to point out that his client, Sipho Nzuzo, was not included in the panel that allowed for this extension of 3 months to 6 months in terms of the payout in this alleged fraudulent tender. So his line of questioning is still continuing into the afternoon. There has been again another request for more documents, so do expect that Hitler will remain on the stand for the rest of today.
Thank you very much for that update, Karinda Jagmohan. We'll touch base with you a little bit later on.